Now, on promoting, the best way to promote is one-to-one. Best way to promote is one-to-one. So what you've got to do is you've got to pick the old ringy-dingy up, you know. I love what y'all say. You're going to ring somebody up. And I listen, I said, ring somebody up? What do you mean there? You know, we call people in the U.S. And so anyway, ring them up. You know, I'm thinking, you know, noose around the neck, you know, around the tree, ring them up, you know. So I got worried when they were talking about ringing me up when I first got here. They've got to be on newsletters. They've got to be, but the main thing is they've got to be called. Now, when you're promoting, learn people's personality types. Do y'all know what I mean when I say personality types? How many of you know what personality types, what I mean? The choleric, the sanguine, the melancholy, the D, the I, the C, the stuff like that. Okay, all right. Now, because here's the reason why. Each personality type has a different thing that gets them excited. Okay, what personality type do you think Sherry Meadows is? Okay? Some people say she's a sanguine, you know, jumping around, everything like that. And she does have those characteristics. Sherry Meadows is a choleric. See, I've known Sherry for years. And she is very competitive. And when a challenge is issued to her, she goes after it. All right, now what do you think Jerry Meadows' personality type is? Jerry's more the laid back, the organized, the S personality. Here's the point. The same thing that motivates Sherry doesn't motivate Jerry. Okay? Not that they don't motivate each other, but I mean, it's not, but y'all didn't catch that. But anyway, but it's just like with Peter and Helen. Okay? There's personality. I won't get into analyze, but what happened though is that I would go out here and my personality type when I got into business was the sanguine. You know, hey man, yeah, and they'd say we're going to have a meeting next weekend, and I'd say, and it's going to be a seminar and talking about how to build a business, and I'd say, okay, and then afterwards we're going to have a party. Party? Oh yes, all right, we're going to go, and we're going to, you know, we have to go to the meeting so we get to have the party. You know, you got people like that. You know, it's like they go into a meeting like this, and not only when they leave today, not only can they not find their keys, can't even find their car out in the parking lot. And then there's another personality, like Sue Lynn's personality, that not only does she knows what color the car is, where it's parked, the revolutions it took on the wheels to get here, and when you walk in, I mean, you know, people like, and you sit down at a table, and even the silver is organized, and you know, things like that just kind of, you know, drive me up the wall, you know. So the point is that she gets excited about, you know, the numbers and the details of stuff. And that's not my thing. But after being in the business for a number of years, the choleric personality has come out in me, I guess, a little bit more. Kind of like cut to the chase, Jack, let's get to the point. Okay, so in the business, you've got all kinds of personalities. If you've never read any of the books, go back, get you a book, read it, and then when you promote with people on a one-to-one basis, then you will learn how to promote to that personality. Years ago, when we first got in the business, Dexter and Bertie had a family reunion, first family reunion, and for the reunion, it was going to be about a 700-mile trip for us to take, and we'd never gone that far away from home. Anyway, so we had 5 distributors that were going to go, and they had made their deposits to go to family reunion, and it was a big commitment financially because at that time, it was 1/2 of my monthly salary to go. In other words, my monthly salary, family reunion was going to be a 50% block out of my monthly salary. Let me tell you something. Today, building the business is the least expensive that it's ever been since I've been in the business today. When you're building around in country, because today in the business, you do not, because of the system, you don't have to do what we had to do years ago. And I don't have time to get into that, but I'm just going to make that statement. But anyway, so the cost of going to the function was pretty expensive. And so week by week, though, what had happened, we had 5 couples going with us. Week by week, they gradually tapered off. People resigned, weren't going. And so finally, the week of the meeting, Sue Lynn was having a negative attack real bad. And so I remember calling down to Dexter's, or called up this reservation place. And so called down, and so had this person answer the phone. And I was going to tell them we weren't going. So the person answered the phone was Bertie. And I said, Bertie, listen, I said, several of our people can't go to reunion. And I tell you what, bottom line is, I said, Sue Lynn and we just moved into a new house, and we absolutely cannot afford to go to reunion. Okay? And I'm figuring Bertie is a nice person. Okay? A big mistake. Bertie's a nice person. She's going to understand. And after all, when you tell somebody that you can't afford it, how can somebody argue with that? I mean, yeah, you tell them you can't afford it. How can somebody really argue with you can't afford it? Because you know your finances, not them. So anyway, Bertie said, boy, that's going to be bad. She said, let me ask you something. She said, you need to go sell something. And I got thinking, I said, well, Bertie, you know it takes and I told her, I said, well, we don't have time to order products, get the products in, sell them, make the money, and then still go. Because it's going to take 2 weeks to get products and stuff. And she said, oh, no, that's not what I'm talking about. She said, do you have a TV set? And I said, yeah. She said, sell it. And I was just kind of silent on the phone. And then the next thing she said was, she said, Rick, the leaders will be there. And the next thing I heard was a dial tone on the telephone. She hung up. She wasn't, and she hung up. And now, to me, what she did was challenged me. To most people, she'd have blown them out of business. Well, you know, we went to family reunion. Listen to this. Family reunion changed our life. 12 months from that day, we were emeralds with 5 directs and 20 directs in the group in 12 months from the day we went to family reunion. Now, that may not happen to any of you in here. That may not happen to any of you in here, but I'm going to tell you what. She knew how to promote to me, all right? Last thing is this. Don't ever get tired of promoting in the group.